Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Kurtzing here with another Great League video with some, I think just one more of the new buffs, and that is Blastoise with Rollout. I've had this shiny with the sunglasses for quite some time, never used it, and with Rollout, it's now one of my favorite so far this season. It's just got such great coverage. The Rollout is really good for your flyers, fire types, grass types. Um, it gets to move so fast, even though it's actually been debuffed or nerfed. And the defense rising with the Skull Bash is crazy. Don't know if I have it in this set of battles or not, but there's been a lot of times where I've been able to go through and rank up my defense 2 times, and it just keeps going, rollout after rollout, and then like Hydro Cannon and stuff like that. And even right now, you can see that it's still putting in a lot of work here against this Stunfisk. Just rolling out. Think that I let this go. Don't want to commit my last shield here. Still doesn't quite get taken out. One more rollout takes out the Stunfisk. I don't know. Oh, I think I went Skull Bash just simply because it would do a little bit more damage than the Hydra would, and they decided to shield it anyways. As a closer, I've got Bunnelby, or Bunnelby, Diggersby, and it's all around always pretty solid. I mean, your grass types, like this team is weak to grass, obviously, because I'm not running Fire Punch on Diggersby, and I've got Blastoise and Diggersby. I do like to run Hyper Fang or Hyper Beam on my Diggersby. It's a lot better coverage for your flyers and stuff like that. I'm gonna switch into Stabilize here. Gonna no shield whatever this move is. It's Aqua Tail. So now I have managed to steal both their shields. I'm gonna go for a foul play here. I do know that the dark typing resists it, but similar to the last video that I made, the shadow type damage and just simply Goldfish isn't super tanky. I figured that it would do a pretty good job of taking it out. In the back, they've got a Galarian Weezing, and I'm able to get to the Dazzling Gleam here. This should do a fair amount of damage. Poison typing is going to resist it, but the fairy damage will be neutral. Have a shield here, probably a Brutal Swing, and should be able to reach a Scorching Sands. Just get there. I think they were just at their next move as well. So it was a pretty close match. Well played to my opponent there. Into the next match. Typhlosion. So again, right? Super good. Typhlosion does get to Thunder Punch into Incinerates. So I get that extra rollout through. Gonna commit a shield. And I did actually see quite a few Typhlosions, and each one I feel played a little bit different based on if they decide to stay in, based if they want to commit shields. This particular one, you can see I'm already at back-to-back Hydros, and I don't know if they maybe mistapped there or not, but they went for another Incinerate, which allowed me to go for this Hydro. Now I've used both their shields, and I switch into my Diggersby, hoping for a Thunder Punch. It is in fact the Thunder Punch. Now they switch into Feraligatr with Ice Fang. Do you have the Scorching Sands? Probably should have thrown it there, but I'm going to commit the shield here, and I'm pretty sure that I go for Hyper Beam. Yeah. So Hyper Beam is pretty much going to one-shot this Gator. Let's see here. Hyper Beam, bang, gone. See you later, Feraligatr. Then they bring in Dunsparce. So now Scorching Sands is going to be good. Drop their attack. If I get it, I don't know for sure what the percent chance is. It seems like it does it pretty frequently. So drop their attack. They're gonna go for a move here. Don't have shields. Drill Run, I think will just take out, but with the defense, yeah, there you go. With the defense drop, it's not gonna. It only does about half my health. Scorching Sands lands. See, that time it didn't debuff, so that's fine. Gonna bring in Sableye now, and this is gonna be debuffed whatever they throw. Drill Run connects. These Shadow Claws are super resisted, so trying to farm down is not gonna work. Gonna go for the foul play there, get rid of that thing. Typhlosion's in the back, and look at those Shadow Claws. Shadow Claws just chunk through that Typhlosion. So another Typhlosion lead. Let's see how this one goes. I know that they get to the Thunder Punch into Incinerates, and I get to Hydro Cannon right after. So if I commit the shield, then I have a Hydro. One, and then I threw on their second one this time. Through the Hydro in there, they shield. I go for another rollout, so add another Hydro. They are throwing another Thunder Punch. I commit the shield. They're staying in, so I throw one more rollout and then go for the Hydro Cannon. Gets their last shield, and now they're at another Thunder Punch. I switched, they saved their energy. I was a little confused on this. They switched into Bastiodon to counter my Diggersby, so pretty positive for me. Scorching Sands is going to land and do a fair amount of damage. I don't think anything they have is going to hurt Diggersby at all. Flamethrower, Stone Edge. Yeah, like, I don't, nothing, right? The Smackdown is doing almost nothing. So Scorching Sands is going to come through again here. And this is, if it doesn't quite take him out, it does take him out. I was going to say if it doesn't take him out, it'll be very, very close. Zoom roll in the back. I almost wonder if they misclicked on that. Just went to switch too fast and hit the Bastiodon. Hyper Beam lands, and now I don't want to let the Zoom roll take out my Diggersby, because Diggersby is going to be a better answer against that Typhlosion, and which is funny, hey. Water is not a good one against fire, but it's because it has access to the Thunder Punch. Gonna go for the Skull Bash there, and that raised my defense. They do come in and incinerate down, but I'm in a pretty good spot here. Sableye is completely healthy, and as we saw in the last match, those Shadow Claws are gonna shred through this thing. So 1, 2, yeah, it doesn't even get to 2 incinerates, and Shadow Claw down. And at that point too, they would have had to throw another Blast Burn. So they'd have to do 3 incinerates, I believe. So Morpeko against Squirtle. Blastoise, not Squirtle. And I do shield up the Aurora Wheel. And then they switch into Malamar, so I'm going to go for Skull Bash. I had to click it twice there. If this connects, it should do about half the health, I think. Oh, a little bit more even, actually. Does huge damage. So now I'm going to let whatever move this is go through. It's a superpower. It drops their defense and attack. And I'm going to go for Hydro Cannon now. This will take them out. Unless they want to commit a shield, they don't. They'll bring Malamar or Morpeko back in and look to farm down. But with rollouts, I'm able to get to a Hydro Cannon super fast. So add another Hydro Cannon here, get their shield. They do farm me down, so this is not ideal. However, Diggersby is a pretty good sponge for all their damage. I can safely no shield this first Aurora Wheel. Now their energy is boosted, but they switch out into Claydol. They do still have a shield, so I want to switch into Sableye because the Shadow Claws and Foul Play are going to be resisted against Morpeko. I did realize after I switched that Dazzling Gleam would have actually been really good against Morpeko, but even still, they still have a shield, which I finally got them to use there. And now I should be in a pretty strong spot here because Diggersby is still so healthy. I can no shield this, and their Morpeko is going to come in. Unfortunately, I do get an attack drop, but their Morpeko is going to come in energy dry pretty much. And as you saw, that first Aurora Reel isn't threatening. So with that attack drop, it actually allowed me more farm, which is nice. I'm gonna let this go through. I feel like there is a potential that whatever move they're gonna throw here is going to do more damage, and that Aurora Reel I think would threaten to take me out. So they throw that right away. Well, not right away. I think they threw it 1 or 2 sparks, but they were pretty close. Scorching Sands goes through and does take them out from that, even with the attack debuffs. Arcanine now, another good lead for Blastoise. I did also see a lot of Altarias, which is ideal, right? Like, you don't have an ice move, but Rollout just chunks through. Lapras, on the other hand, has Ice Beam, so it's a nice one for that. But also Lapras. I've been seeing a lot of Lapras compared to Blastoise, and with having your Rollout, you're actually really, really strong against Lapras because they're rock type on the snow, like the ice typing. So Hydro Cannon goes through, they commit their last shield. I'm not really sure why I switched into Sableye and finally actually use it as its safe as it's supposed to be for safe swap, and then hit play rough it. See you later. Basically use it as a shield. Come back in with Blastoise. Go for Hydro Cannon here. This is going to do heavy damage. Takes out actually, so big shots back and forth. And then they've got a Crobat in the back. Rollouts are super effective. Get to another Hydro Cannon already. And that does a decent chunk. Now I got Diggersby in the back. Shadow Ball is going to be super resisted because the normal typing. Poison Fang is just not going to do much. Sludge Bomb doesn't do much. And then Arcanine, I believe they have access to Wild Charge, but again, normal typing and ground typing, it's not going to do a lot. Scorching Sands lands and takes them out. And now I basically can just farm down. I do have a shield, so if they throw, I can shield to be safe. And that's that. So that was all 5. I did go 5-0 with that team. My next team is similar. It's got at least 1, if not 2, of the same Pokemon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.